what we have today, and is still celebrated to this day for the soldiers who are still fighting for our freedom. What is Veterans Day? Veterans Day was formerly known as Armistice Day, meaning Remembrance Day. It was called Armistice Day because on November 11, 1918, an armistice between the Allies and Germany was signed to mark the end of the fighting in the First World War. It was a military agreement that marked a complete defeat for Germany, but it wasn't an unconditional surrender or a treaty. That day was declared a national holiday in many Allied nations as a remembrance of the members of the armed forces who lost their lives during the war. Veterans Day is a celebration to honor American veterans for their patriotism, love of country, and willingness to serve and sacrifice for the common good. What does Veterans Day mean? The meaning of Veterans Day isn't complicated at all. It may be the saying Happy Veterans Day, but it has a powerful meaning behind it. It means honoring those who lost their lives so that we can sit in a classroom and learn. Honoring those who died for our flag so that we can stand up each and every morning and as one nation say the Pledge of Allegiance. It's honoring those who went and are still in battle for our peace and for our freedom. It's honoring men and women who are courageous to stand up for what they believe in. It's honoring and remembering those who have the determination to go through a great ordeal for us so that we can wake up every morning and brush our teeth. To wake up and take a bath. To wake up to get on the school bus and learn. It's honoring those who went to war each and every day so that we can be safe. So that no one can hurt our nation. It's remembering those soldiers who may have forgotten to brush their teeth but never forget to clean his or her rifle. For those who stand up for the national anthem and feel every note and vibration run through their body while at attention, while the tempering desire to square away. Honoring those who stay up from dawn till dusk, ensuring that we're safe. For those who can strip a rifle and reassemble in 30 seconds and less time in the dark. Veterans Day is remembering those who bravely served this country. Why is Veterans Day important? Veterans Day is important because America was founded on the principle of freedom and justice and liberty for all. Our nation's soldiers fought and served every day to protect our country and its ideals. It is important because our soldiers fought to keep peace and democracy. It's our veterans who accepted responsibility to defend America and uphold our values. It is also important to remember those who we call heroes, because this may be the land of the free, but we have the home of the brave. Some veterans went through a hard time, quoted. Some had family waiting for them. Others, their only family would be the men they bled beside. They went to war because their country ordered them to, but in the end, they fought not for their country or their flag, but for each other. We who have seen grow and never stop seeing. In the silence of the night, others of the streets. So this is our story. We were soldiers once and young. It is important because over 58,195 names of veterans lie on a memorial wall of all who have died for us. They deserve the right to be veterans, and they deserve the right to be called important because they were the ones who fought on the front lines for our protection. The willingness of American veterans to sacrifice for our country has earned our everlasting gratitude. Thank you.
United States Army retired. Major Miles is a Rich Community High School senior on the instructor.
Ms. Wells, distinguished guests, friends, family, faculty, staff, and students of Rich Community High School. It is an incredible day. In fact, it's an awesome day. I have to tell you, I am honored to stand before you at our inaugural Veterans Day ceremony as we honor our nation's military veterans for the sacrifice and the service they have given to our great country. For the first time in the history of the Ridge, 400-plus junior ROTC cadets are assembled in this courtyard to pay tribute to the sacrifices and service of the men and women of our nation's armed forces. Cadets of the Volks Battalion, you look phenomenal. Bull? I would also like to thank the members of the Silver Regiment Band for the music they're providing at the conclusion of the ceremony. Thank you very much. I want to take a moment to acknowledge the outstanding job by some of our cadets who overcame some of their personal fears, trepidation, and caution to stand in front of you and do something special. Ms. Martinez, an outstanding job with the national anthem. Ms. Martin, you still must be. An outstanding job. The task was write an essay on what Veterans Day means to you. Ms. Martin exceeded the standard to such a degree that we asked her to read her essay in front of all of you and share her thoughts. I'd also like to thank Cadet Milovich, who will be playing taps for us and sharing his musical talents shortly. On behalf of the Junior ROTC Department, I especially want to recognize our Ridge Community High School military veterans. Cadet Parks, our battalion commander, read the list of names. I hope to thank each and every one of you personally, but hear it from me now. Thank you for your service and sacrifice. These great Americans served their nation in uniform, proudly as sailors, soldiers, airmen, and Marines, and continue to serve as educators, coaches, and mentors for America's youth. We want you to know that your military service is respected and appreciated. You are truly American heroes. As Ms. Martin mentioned, on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918, the armistice was signed that would bring an end to the First World War. It was referenced to as the war to end all wars. And Armistice Day was established to honor the veterans of this great war. However, only 23 years later, our nation was called to another difficult global task in the biggest war we have ever had to fight. When that struggle was over, we had turned back dictatorship and militarism across the globe. Former adversaries became friends of the United States. To recognize the veterans of all wars, not just World War I, Armistice Day was redesignated as Veterans Day by President Eisenhower in 1954. Present today, both within our guests, within our faculty, are military veterans from the eras of the Cold War, Korea, Vietnam, the Persian Gulf War, and the ongoing campaigns in Iraq and Afghanistan. We welcome all of you, and we thank you for your service. Military service demands a special kind of sacrifice. The places where you live and serve, the risk you face, the people you deal with every day, all of these are usually decided by someone else. For the time you spend in uniform, the interests of the nation must always come first. And those duties are shared by family members who make many sacrifices of their own, face separation during deployment, and sometimes bear extreme and permanent loss. But military service brings rewards as well. There is the pride of developing one's character and becoming a leader. Serving a cause far greater than any self-interest, and knowing that our nation's cause is the hope of the world. Every man and woman who wears America's uniform is part of a long, unbroken line of achievement and honor. No single military power in history has done greater good, shown greater courage, liberated more people, or upheld higher standards of decency and valor than the armed forces of the United States of America. That is a legacy to be proud of, and those who contribute to it must never be taken for granted. To honor our veterans, we must care for those who have been injured in the service of our country. We must honor and remember those who have died or whose fate is still undetermined. Veterans Day is dedicated to the extraordinary Americans who protected our freedom in years past, and to those who protect it today. They represent the very best of our nation. Every soldier, sailor, airman, and Marine has earned the lasting gratitude of the American people, and their service and sacrifice will be remembered forever. To the students of Ridge Community High School, thank you for taking time out of your day to observe these heroes, our nation's military veterans. And to our veterans, thank you for your courage, bravery, and sacrifices that you have made for each and every one of us. God bless America's veterans, and may God bless the United States of America. Whole.